Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here. Today I'd like to cover a topic that I've been asked about over and over again since my famous egg videos, and that is if Arnold Schwarzenegger really was an advocate of eating eggs. And I think this photo should pretty much end all arguments. Arnold Schwarzenegger was known for eating mountains of eggs, and I mean it. Look at the stack of eggs in these photos that Arnold is standing next to. He was known to eat mountains of eggs, and if you've had any doubt, I hope that this will definitely clear it. Let's have a look at more interesting facts about Arnold and his intake of eggs. So there's many photos of Arnold in his teens circulating the internet of him especially training, and more so of him when he actually joined the Waiters in America. But there are very few of him actually eating. This is one of the very first shots of Arnold actually shown eating anything, and there he is eating eggs. If we now look at one book, a very, I would say, controversial book written about Arnold by Wendy Lay. It's actually called Arnold, an Unauthorized Biography, and if you turn to page 27, the chapter called Escape from Thal, which was his hometown in Austria, we can read there that a part basically where Kurt Marnell, who was his mentor and trainer, actually confided with the author Wendy Lay, and I'll just read the following. He actually told him, so there it is, the advice that he told him: when you train, think of the muscle you're working on or developing and go to the farthest pain barrier. Go on until you cry out. That is the secret of the biggest bodybuilders. They train beyond the pain barrier. So then it goes on by saying he had sensed Arnold's potential and advised him regarding diet, a topic which the Austrian bodybuilding community in that era was ignorant. They didn't know about sticking to egg whites and protein, and as they were unaware of the dangers of cholesterol, ate mountains of eggs. Marnell also told Arnold about steroids, how they increased growth and were necessary to win competitions, etc., etc. Then it goes on to say Arnold listened and Marnell offered him steroids and Arnold took them. We all know that Arnold Schwarzenegger took steroids, and whether he took them at such a young age or later is still, I guess, there's two schools of thought. The point is that it is quite clear that he did eat a huge amount of eggs to, I guess, provide him the precursors of both protein and hormones for growth. Again, I show this photo of Arnold, a very young Arnold, standing proudly against a stack of eggs. And if you also read his book, Arnold, The Education of a Bodybuilder, although he doesn't talk about steroids in this particular book, because he was, I guess, preaching the anti-steroid message after he won all of his Olympias, he does talk extensively about eggs in his book. He actually mentions them in his special protein shake, and also basically to eat them during the day, etc., etc. He was a very strong advocate of eating eggs. Not only in Arnold, The Education of a Bodybuilder, will you find these references, but also in his more later books, in particular the Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding and the Modern Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding, both written by Arnold Schwarzenegger. There he actually gives a whole chapter on nutrition, and in particular talks about all these weight gaining shakes, which included lots and lots of eggs. I may cover this topic in more detail in another video. So, in summary, I think I have thoroughly convinced you that Arnold did eat a lot of eggs to build up his body. Of course, steroids helped, but you can imagine now that trying the 36 eggs a diet may actually be beneficial in gaining weight, especially muscle. I've also received lots of feedback from the YouTube community of people with many success stories on the 36 egg day a diet. I hope you've enjoyed this particular video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and leave me a comment. This is the Golden Era Bookworm. Bye for now.